Hello there everyone, it's T.I. Joe. Welcome to a brand new video. Today it's time for a channel update. Now, a channel update. You all love channel updates. I love channel updates. Now, I haven't done one for a few months because it's been a few months since I've had any new ideas that kind of contribute to a channel update. Wait, did I do it like 3 weeks ago? No, I didn't. Ignore me. I'm trying actually in my speech and update videos and random videos not to go, so I'm going to stop every few seconds and just try and kind of get that sort of thing corrected. I prefer it when it was, So the reason I've done this update video for you today, folks, kind of to talk about my F1 content and future content. Now, I'm trying not to spoil it, but you probably already know if you follow me on Twitter. Now, the F1 content, it's gone down alright so far. I was really proud of the intro I made for the Haas Career Mode episode 1. If you haven't watched that, go and watch it. It's on the channel. And I've had two relatively good episodes in China and Bahrain. Now, the problem is with that career mode is, compared to other games, you can see what I'm getting at with the football top and everything else. With the F1 game, it's the same idea, isn't it? You've got cars going around a track. You can only do one championship because of the F1 championship. It's always the same drivers. And really, the situation can only be tweaked slightly. So, whoever does the series, however good it is, unless you've got a PC to do mods on, you're kind of in a rut. And the problem was with the F1 game this year is that obviously people got it early, which fair enough, fine. You know, I don't disagree with that because I think it's good for Codemasters for promotion. But the problem was there was a massive oversaturation of the F1 content. What I mean by that is that people, I'm not going to name any names. Fair enough if they did. You know, I'm not made this channel update to complain at anyone or moan at anyone and say, oh, I'm jealous of such and such because they've made F1 content. People have done those kind of videos before. They might know who they are, but I don't want to make that sort of video. I just want to kind of talk about my situation. And I watched a channel update from Loki Doki yesterday, the FM YouTuber. Oh, I did an there, all that's one. And his channel update was about half an hour, and that's what I kind of want to make the channel update. It's a bit more of a talkative, my opinions channel update. I think that's better rather than just rambling about a few subjects and going right to wrong. Basically, the trouble with the F1 game this year, I think I've already said this, but we can go over it again. There were like, say, somebody made a season of career mode before I even started. So, why would the average viewer, say, Dick and Dom over there, I don't know, they would naturally watch the first series of someone's career mode and they go, oh, this is the second season. It's a little bit different. It's been tweaked slightly, makes it a different team. They've got a few race wins and they're excited to see the adventure, but truly, there isn't that much of a change. So why would you watch someone do that first season again? It's almost like watching, I'm trying to think of an example here, but something that I'm quite fond of is Mrs. Brown's Boys. Now, if you don't like that, fair enough. But that's like me watching the first series and then watching not an exact, but a pretty much script copy of that first series again from a different actor. Does that seem much point? No, I don't think it does. So I can understand why the views aren't brilliant. And that's kind of a community-wide thing. I've seen a few people go, oh my god, F1 career mode's dive in a week. And I was really looking forward to this game because it looked like a really good game, first off. And I hadn't done YouTube for a while on the F1 game. I'd obviously skipped out the F1 2016 contest. So I was really excited to get into the career mode. Did I do yeah, of course I did a Valtteri Bottas career mode for the 2015 game. But I was really excited for 2017. So I wanted to show off what I could do. Now, there's been 3 episodes. And there's been an episode for over 2 weeks, nearly 3 weeks now. I have recorded Russia, but I haven't recorded Spain. Now, I do enjoy the F1 games, but if I'm honest, I've found with the F1 games that I only play them to record, and that's not really healthy because a game that you're recording to YouTube should be one you enjoy. I'm not saying I don't enjoy the F1 games, but the only reason I'd pick up this pad, there you go, Xbox One, and go on the F1 2017 game, really, apart from a few league racing events, is to do videos, and I don't think that's too healthy because if you're going on games to make videos, your attitude isn't going to be too brilliant about it. I mean, I love making videos, but at the same time, I don't really know how to explain it, but at the same time, it sort of turns into a chore because in playing the game is fine, but then you've got to load up Sony Vegas, do an hour or two of editing, and not to be not cocky, what's the word? Maybe ignorant in some ways. To do all that work in your spare time and only get about 60 views out of it is a bit of a letdown. Well, I've done 2 now. But I just want to be honest with you guys, because to be quite honest, I know I can't change my situation. I've got 260 subscribers, most of them loyal subscribers, but I feel that some of those are maybe looking for, I've done free earns now, they are sort of looking for F1 content. I've got some of them looking for Football Manager content, got some looking for Motorsport Manager content, and then you've sort of got this little bracket up here of maybe 20 or 30 that are looking for retro games. So when I upload F1, that's going to kind of take the Football Manager audience out, pretty much, the retro games audience, and you've kind of got this alliance between the F1 and Motorsport Manager audiences, because of course F1 and Motorsport Manager do link because they're both motorsport. But at the same time, maybe there aren't... I'm just trying to think about numbers now. When I restarted in June, I think I had 220 subscribers. So actually, over the 3 months, I've gained 40, which is good. Obviously, for a channel of my size, that's trying to think of the maths now. That is sort of... That's about 20%, I think. Yeah, about 20%, just under 20% of that 220. So actually, I've gained 44 subscribers. That's exactly 20% of the 220. So that's good for most channels. I mean, that's like saying an 1,000 subscriber channel's grown to 1,200 in 3 months, which I'd really appreciate. But the problem is that obviously it's me. I keep jumping forward in this, but I always feel that it's me because I'm never too. That's 4. I'm never too regular in my videos. Now it's all kind of stop start, series stop, series start, and I never really complete series. And the problem with that is that I think of a series idea. You know, I think, oh, I'm really looking forward to recording this. And then after a bit, after, you know, maybe 2 weeks of recording, I think, can't bother for this anymore. It's a bit like, at least when you're not recording it, you can sort of go, look, I'll have a break from that, and then play it again in a few months' time. The problem with YouTube is, if you keep doing that, you're going to get audiences that go, I don't want this anymore. It's like comparing it to a Sky show that runs for 2 episodes, then 2 more episodes in about 2 months. It becomes irrelevant, and people don't care anymore, because there's maybe, you know, better options out there, and, you know, people making better content, and more frequent content. I mean, an example of that is, if you're watching Joe Hello, there's me, he probably makes, 5 videos a month? And then there's my good mate, Captain Goodspeed, or Joe, who makes 3 videos a day. And that's 90 videos a month. I would personally love to do that. And that's why I'm brilliantly moving on. That's 5 now. We've been recording for 7 minutes and 45 seconds, so 5 isn't actually too bad. It might be 6 or 7, but I don't know. But I think the trouble is with me, is my motivation. Now, obviously, it's not too bad, of course, but I've started sixth form in the last few weeks. Now, obviously, I'm getting back into the grind. I think I said again. I think I'm getting back into the grind now, because it's been a few weeks, and to get used to the timetable, get used to what's happening, after having nearly 3 months off. But the problem is, really, now, I, obviously, from 7 o'clock in the morning to about 5 o'clock, it's out. Because I don't finish school until 10 past 4. Get home sort of about 4:45. I want a cup of tea, I want my tea. So really, I'd probably sit down in this chair, look at the telly and the computer at about 6 o'clock at night. Now, if you're going to record and edit a video before 8, 9 o'clock, I mean, I like to be, you know, have a shower or a bath or whatever at 8, 9 o'clock at night, and then sort of settle down to do my own thing, watch the telly for a few hours at night, and then go to bed, ready for the next day. But the problem is, within that sort of 2-3 hour bracket, I might not fancy doing YouTube that night. I might want to do something else, you know. We all have lives, don't we? And what really infuriates me with my personal situation is that I was actually... I'll give you a bit of a personal story that's probably... No, actually I won't, because that doesn't really make any sense. But I'll give you a bit of an anecdote here. I used to do running, you know, go on a jog. It wasn't like Mo Farah, but, you know, I kept my fitness up. It was about 2 years ago, and for about 3 months, I went running every 2 days for about 3 months, and I was chuffed. It was from about, I think it was about April, yeah. And then I went to the Silverstone Grand Prix in that July, and it was 4 days, and that completely ruined the cycle. And after that, I didn't do it again. I was like, what am I doing? And then, sort of October, I started it back up again. Did about a week or 2, and I just couldn't be bothered. And then I started it again this June for about 2 weeks, then couldn't be bothered again. And it's that idea of, say, I was, you know, me being at school, and I'm sitting in my maths class about 12 o'clock thinking, you know what, I'm going to do a YouTube video tonight, say, episode 4 of F1, because it was a really good race. But then when I get home at 6 o'clock, I'm like, I've had a long day, it's been a bit boring, and I can't really be bothered for that anymore. But the problem is, that's the only time I'm going to be making videos. I can't just go to a maths teacher at 12 o'clock, sir, miss, I need to go out and make an F1 video. That isn't going to happen. That sounds a bit stupid. That's 7 erms now. But the point I'm getting at is that motivation is a huge thing for YouTube, in my opinion, because if you're going to make videos, you're going to need the motivation. You can't just sit there making videos and go, hi there guys, it's TIJ, welcome to a new video. People are going to recognise that because they know that you are maybe bored of doing the content, which is fair enough. But at the same time, people watch YouTube to enjoy themselves. I've started watching a few FM YouTubers recently, and their content's really relaxed, and it's something different to the F1 content, obviously, and that's why, okay, we'll just reveal it now, that's why I'm going to switch over to Football Manager content come November, because it's less of a chore to do that. I play a lot of Football Manager in my free time, have done for a few years, and the videos just seem relaxed. You can sit doing something else and just listen to them talking, even if you don't watch the games. There are a lot of good FM YouTubers you can just watch, they'll talk through the transfers or just talk through the games they're playing. It's really relaxed. You can get on with something else. You can just sit in bed watching their video. And it's very relaxing. And the beauty of FM is, Football Manager I'm talking about, I don't know if you didn't realise, the beauty with it is, compared to F1, I think I've already talked about this, but I can't remember. You've got one championship, 20 drivers, they all say the same. And you can't really have much variation in that. Whereas with Football Manager, you have got so many leagues, so many players, and you can make so many different scenarios up. You can get so many years into the game, and obviously different things happen. You can have Arsenal win the Premier League, you can have Man United win the Premier League. But the important thing is, say, my plans for FM 18. I want to do, that's 8 now. I want to do a Liverpool beta save, because obviously I'm a Liverpool supporter. I want to do a Liverpool beta save, which, brill. And then after that, I want to do a Hensford save, because that's one of my local teams, which are in the Evo Stick Premier, which is the 8th division. Is it the 8th? No, it's the 7th, I think, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But the point is with that, there's so much variation. You can do that, you can do Liverpool, you can do Hensford, you can get to Sweden, you can get to Finland, you can get to Australia, you can even get to North Korea. I shouldn't have said that, should I? The point is to sum up, because I think I've gone on for way too long today, and I've sort of took the Loki-Doki approach, just talking and talking and talking, but I'd rather you guys be informed than me just sit there without making a video for 2 weeks and not do much. But what I'd like you guys to do is, as a comment, kind of talk to me about, or just say in a few words, what you are here to watch my content for. If you've got to this point, you're obviously quite loyal to me, which is a fantastic thing. I really appreciate it. And just tell me why you're here, Would you welcome FM content? Would you go, look, this is something I'm not interested in, not to be rude, but this is goodbye. That's absolutely fair enough, because if I get a completely new audience, that could change things. That's 9 now. The audience I got at the moment is brilliant. If you're watching to this point, you are one of the audience. And, you comment on my videos, and that's really appreciated. But I just want to see what you're here for. I want to make videos that are good for me, but also they're good for you. Because if you guys aren't going to watch, what's the point? I want to be motivated to make the content, but if you guys aren't going to enjoy, there's no point in making the stuff. So, kind of to sum things up, I'm thinking of ending the F1 career, sad face, blah blah. But I'd rather do that in my own time, have a bit of fun with it, listen to some music while I'm doing it, and then not have to think after the race, I've got to record replays, I've got to edit it, I've got to do this and this. Whereas with FM, you can sit in front of the computer for 10 minutes, do a live commentary, and then pretty much put it into Vegas, and keep the raw file, and then edit it. That was what I love with my Let's Plays, because you can sort of, do a live commentary. You can, I suppose I could do F1 live commentary, but for 50% race, it's just a bit of a drag. But I've always preferred live commentary because there's less work you've got to do with it. Now, I'm not saying I'm afraid of work, but at the same time, once I've done sort of 2 hours of recording, I don't want to then do another 2 hours of editing. You can kind of understand that. But if I go over to FM, would you guys welcome that? I guess I don't really know how to. That's 10 now, but I don't really know how to end this. I just want to know whether you guys are interested in Football Manager content on the channel or whether you're not, because I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a bit of F1 Manager / Motorsport Manager, because I've got a new monitor now which will have much better quality, yay. But I'll be able to do FM, I can do a bit of F1 Manager or Motorsport Manager, whichever one you guys prefer. I prefer the idea of F1 Manager because it's a bit more retro. And then what was the other game? There's Motorsport Manager, and then whatever else comes to mind. Retro games is something I really want to bring back, because I can sit in front of the telly for an hour on a Saturday morning and record that, and I'd really enjoy that. So Let me know what you guys want to see. If it's the Simpsons Hit and Run coming back, I'd welcome that. But the coin system really annoys me, so maybe not. But if you have enjoyed this channel update, make sure to leave a like. I'd love you to leave a comment while you're here. And, you know, will you welcome the FM content? Are you happy to see the Liverpool Henderson Slaves? And just one more thing. My other save plan for the FM18 is doing the 5 Europeans League challenges, something I come up with myself. Not something too unique, but basically I'll go to 5 different European leagues. Probably obscure ones, because as you can imagine, I'm not really going to win the English League with Bournemouth. But if I get to the Denmark League, the Danish League, the Swedish League, leagues like that, who would you like me to start with for that 5 leagues challenge? I kind of want a bit of a challenge, but at the same time I don't want to do a second division team in Spain, because that's going to take 10 years, especially with my management level. But maybe someone who's like a bit of an outsider, I'm trying to think. Maybe a Portuguese Braga or someone like that. Someone a little bit on the outside, because you've got Porto. Who's the other team now? Porto and Benfica. And you've got to kind of overcome them. But it's not a massive step, because it's not like the Premier League and you've got Bournemouth and you've got to overcome Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, United, Chelsea. Still what I mean? But you guys all know all that if you've stayed to this point. Anyway, I'm going to cut it off here. If you want to ask anything in the comments, please do. But I've been TIJ. Thank you so much for watching this ranty, you know, yappy channel update. But I just felt it was needed. So thank you very much for watching. And fingers crossed, I'll be having some content coming in the near future. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in a bit.